Hey everyone, looks like we are live. I'm just gonna check to make sure that we are live. 1 second. If you are watching today, we are streaming from our Alabama Museum of Natural History Facebook page, our Museum Expedition Facebook page, and our UA Museum's YouTube channel. Today is another installment of Museum Expedition 42, where no expedition has gone before. Let me make sure that we are live real quick while I'm checking this. It looks like we are, that we're in good shape. Today's, I'm sorry, everybody. Today's topic is the history of the Museum Expedition t-shirt. One of the projects that we have as a program is to have as close to a conclusive collection of Museum Expedition t-shirts as possible. All right, good, it looks like we're live. As many of the Museum Expedition t-shirts as possible in the 42 years that we've had the shirts. Well, I think a little less than those. But we have with us today, several that our collection is at right now, which is not all of them, but we are working to try to find some more to kind of fill in the gaps that we have. If you have been a part of Expedition before, you know that the shirts are kind of an important part of the program. If you haven't been a part of Expedition before and it's something that you're interested in, keep on the lookout for those shirts because the shirts are unique to every year. There is a design that's unique to every year that goes along with the project, and a color that's unique to every year. And it's just something that you can have to sort of remember your time at Expedition and to wear outside and look fashionable and cool. So it looks like we are good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now, a lot of these, hang on 1 second, everyone. We are live, so a few things. So we are live today, so a few things might go wrong, so I apologize if we are. But sorry, everyone. But yes, so this is just a quick introduction to some of the museum shirts, expedition shirts. I'm sorry. Okay, so I thought it might be interesting to start with the most recent one and then move our way back in time. If any of these shirts are ones that you have at home and have memories for, feel free to put in the comments any memories you have about the shirts, or if you have the shirt yourself. And like I said, unfortunately, our collection at the moment is not complete, but we are definitely working on it just to make a more complete historic record of the part of the program, which is the t-shirts. Okay, so for Expedition 42 this year, we do not have a shirt currently, but our logo is the one that you see in the top corner right there next to my face. That is this year's logo. So if we had a shirt, it would be on the back of the shirt, and in the front would be our Museum Expedition logo. While we are looking at these, let me show you. So we have, for the 40th anniversary of Expedition, we did a big reunion. It was 2 years ago. We did a big reunion. We had a reunion at the Expedition site that we were on, and then we also had a reunion party at Smith Hall at the Natural History Museum. And there we had these maps made that kind of showed, we actually had an exhibit out that showed where all of the places that Expedition has been. I'm working currently on making that a digital format, but right now I only have an image of the map that we showed, and I want to pull that up so we can see that while we're looking at our sorry everyone, while we're looking at our shirts. So let me see if I can pull this up here. Okay, so this is an image of the map that we have. Let me see if I can show you the map. Oh, I don't have it here with me. But this is an image of the map that we have that shows where Expedition has been. Now, this was for the 40th anniversary, so we are one dot short on here. We're short Expedition 41. Expedition 42 we'll have to put off into the corner somewhere. But so this is kind of a great visualization of where Expedition has been over the years. And so I thought it might be helpful to have this up while we look at the shirts so that we can see all the places that these shirts are representing. So the one that is not on here, which is funny, is Expedition 41, which is the first shirt that we're going to show. This shirt, here's our Expedition logo on the front. Now this is I guess this one isn't the staff shirt, but here's our Expedition logo on the front. Let me make sure you guys can see me. Okay. If you guys will give me just 1 second, I'm going to set this up so I can see myself a little bit better. The logo on the front has changed a little over the years. That logo has been around for at least 10 years from what I remember or what I know of it. Now, remember, I have only been a part of Expedition for, I guess, 8 years now. I was looking through my shirts, actually, of all the shirts that I have of all the years I've been here. And mine has been, this would have been my 8th shirt, which is kind of incredible. I had no idea. But yeah, so my 8th expedition. So I don't have all of the answers, but I do have some great stories that were told to me, and some great shirts to kind of pull some information from. Okay, thank you all for being so patient with me. I apologize for the delay. My internet seems to be pretty slow today. All right, so our first shirt comes from 2019. Like I said, this is our first one. This is the logo. We were at Harrell Station doing paleontology at Harrell Station. And in the logo, it's really, really cool because it is the state of Alabama plus our expedition logo. And if you look closely into this logo, you can see there's like a mosasaur jaw in here and a turtle. Oops, it's so hard to do things on screens like this. A turtle. Oh no, what am I doing? This is like backing up a trailer. You have to kind of figure your way around it. A turtle body there, but there's some really neat, because it was at Harrell Station was paleontology. This logo was made by a friend of ours named Ashley, and she's incredibly talented and has helped us out with a couple of logos. In fact, she helped us out with, or t-shirt designs rather, instead of logos, but she helped us out with this one too. So that was our 2019 shirt. It's an excellent one, our Harrell Station shirt. Now, our 2018 shirt was the big one. That was our 40th anniversary. Look how clever. How clever is that 40th anniversary right there? But this is another logo that we had help with, or t-shirt design. I keep saying logo, but t-shirt design that we had help with. Another Alabama one. This one we were at St. Stephen's, and we did archaeology at St. Stephen's. This is one of my favorite shirts. I just love this one. So beautiful. Another help from Ashley. All right, the year before that, we were at Old Cahaba doing archaeology and helping with the state capitol building. And so I don't know if anyone is familiar. If you have this one at home, this is another great one. Ooh, there we go. Archaeology, which is perfect. VC represents camping and archaeology in the State House. It's a gorgeous one. Another t-shirt design helped to us by Ashley. Also, this gorgeous green. One of my other favorite parts about expedition shirts is the color scheme that you get. There's a wide range of colors, which we will see here in a second. But that green was really nice. Okay. Here's the next one. I'm not, this one is another one of my favorites. First off, it's this beautiful blue. Look how gorgeous that blue is. Secondly, we were at Gulf State Park doing an archaeological project there. If you remember where the zip lines used to be, that's where our project was, very near that. From what I understand, the zip lines are gone, but we were doing some archaeology there, and because we were on the beach, it was reflected in our t-shirt logo, or t-shirt design. I keep saying logo, I mean design. Look at that. How cool is that? It's so beautiful. It's one of my favorites too. This is another Ashley Help one. She's a great t-shirt designer. All right, so we had fun in the sun and fun on the beach, so that was a very appropriate shirt. Okay, our next one was one of the many times that we have been to Greene County. This was the first expedition that I was camp director at, so this shirt holds a very special place in my heart. Todd, Hester, and I, it was our very first expedition that we took over for, or stepped into the shoes of camp director and then expedition leader. So this was a big one. We were at Greene County, doing paleontology in Greene County, a site that we have been to several times. If you watched our trivia night, one of our trivia questions was how many times we've been to Greene County, and the answer is 6. It was a very productive site. Lots of things were found there, or have been found there. This one, as you can see, has great plesiosaurs and basilosaurus and turtles and all of those things, except for basilosaurus, have been found at that site, which is kind of incredible. There was some plesiosaur verts that were found there, lots of sharks, lots of turtle, lots of things, which is just an incredible place. Who knew Alabama would be so great for paleontology and archaeology? We all did, because we know Alabama's great. All right. This was, our next one comes from the year before that, which was Perry County. This was personally, my second expedition. But Perry County was the expedition, Randy was the expedition director, Todd was the expedition leader on that one, or Randy was the camp director. This design was designed by Todd. It's such a great one. It shows camp in our tents, all the tools that we use. If you have been watching the Alabama, or the museums from our home live streams, Lindsay and I did a 4-part series on archaeology versus paleontology and what those two mean. And we had the whole discussion about how a lot of the tools that are used between the two can be pretty similar. And it's funny because all 4 of those, I think, would be used by both paleontologists and archaeologists. Anyway, excellent shirt for 36. Okay, now here's where we run into some issues. We, in our collection, do not have the year before that one. We're still searching. But we do have, and this is actually where I could use some help. So if you guys are watching right now and know what year this came from, I would be greatly appreciative of your help. This one does not have a year on it, and so I wasn't able to know, but I do know it comes in between the one the one I just showed you and the one I'm going to show you after that. So this one, it's a very unique design. It's wonderful. There's a wraparound shark. How could you not think that that was the greatest thing ever? It's an expedition shirt. It's beautiful mint green. So if you are watching this now, or if you're watching this later and you know what year this came from, please tell me. If you have this at home and you know what year it came from, please tell me. No other expedition shirt has a wraparound shark, or a wraparound anything for that matter. But look at this cool shark. Look at that. Thinking outside the box on this shirt. I love it. All right. This next one is one that I wasn't here for, but absolutely adore the color of the shirt. I love this one. This was at Moundville, one of the 4 times that we've been to Moundville. This is Expedition 28. Ooh. It's this gorgeous mustardy yellow. Shows the archaeology camp, some great images for archaeology. And it's at Moundville, summer of 2006. If you were on this expedition and you're watching or you're watching later, go ahead and type in the comments and tell us that you were there. It is also a very soft shirt, so whoever chose that shirt did a really good job. All right, our next one that we have in our collection is 27, another Greene County one. Look at that mosasaur. Ooh, in Comic Sans. But look at that mosasaur. Isn't that the cutest little thing? Little big, giant, scary teeth thing. Excellent. Another Greene County. Greene Counties, whenever we go to Greene Counties, that we've been to Greene County, they've always been paleontology based. Mosasaurs are a prominent fossil that are found in the state, several places throughout the state, and one that has been discovered several times on expeditions that are in Greene County. So you end up seeing a lot of mosasaur stuff, which is okay by us because mosasaurs are great. All right, the next one that we have is the 25th anniversary shirt, which is a helpful shirt because it has a list. It's helpful and incredibly smart because it has a list of the places that expedition had been before then. This one right here. So in 2003, they were at St. Stephen's again for the silver anniversary, which is 25 years. We were there again for the 40th anniversary, so I think it's only fitting. St. Stephen's seems to be an anniversary spot for expedition. But they had the 25 years of expedition and all of the museum logos, which I love. Look, all the museum logos on the bottom are great. Natural History Museum logos. But this shirt has been a very helpful tool in putting the collection together because we've been able to find out where we are, what shirts go to which, if they don't have years on them. Usually they do have years on them, but also it's just a great way to kind of keep track of where expedition has been. All right. Okay, so this is another one that doesn't have a year. So if you guys are watching this later and can help me out, that would be great. It is a beautiful shirt. I'm thinking it's Moundville, but I don't know for sure. It's this gorgeous red shirt here. I don't know what year that came from. So if you were on expedition and you know what year this came from, if you'll put in the comments and let us know, it would be a huge, huge help for us. That way we can keep it. Look how great that is. All right, our next one. This one's really, I love this one. It's another St. Stephen's one. We've been to St. Stephen's several times. In fact, I'll pull up the image again so you guys can see. Now, this St. Stephen's is the St. Stephen's that happened. Let me see. Let me pull this up real fast so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Oops. Okay. There we go. So this is the St. Stephen's, that is St. Stephen's 24. As you can see, we have been to St. Stephen's several times. Where are we at? There it is. So we've been to St. Stephen's 4 times, and the one that I'm about to show you was the first time that we ever were at St. Stephen's, which is 2002. Let me pull this back up. Let me pull my face back up. So St. Stephen's is an incredible place. If you haven't been to St. Stephen's yet, please go visit it. I don't know if it's open right now at the moment, but whenever it gets to be open, please go visit it. it's an incredible archaeological site. It was the capital of Alabama when Alabama was still a territory, before Alabama achieved statehood. And actually the documents for Alabama achieving statehood were signed at St. Stephen's. And then the capital moved to Cahaba. The territorial legislature rather met at St. Stephen's. But it's an incredible archaeological site full of history, and they do a great job of keeping that history alive and interpreted in ways that you can be there and sort of imagine what it was like to live at St. Stephen's in the early 1800s. Now, I have been there just once for expedition purposes for the 40th one, but it is an incredible site. And it's, well warranted why we've been back so many times. Oh, sorry. All that shaking that's happening is my table, so I apologize. But here is the Expedition 24 shirt. Oh, man. Maybe one day I'll get this camera thing right. It's in Washington County if you haven't been. It's an incredibly important Alabama landmark and also a really great place for recreation. They have a quarry there that you can swim in, and kayak and canoe. And there's camping that's available there too. It's just a beautiful site. So if you get a chance to see it, it's completely worth it. All right, the next one that we have in our collection is from 1999. This is one of the expeditions that I hear the most about. It was a very memorable one. We have been there a couple of times, but it is it's one that I always, like I said, I always hear quite a lot of stories about this one. So if you were at this one and have a story, or if you just want to say if you were at this one, go ahead and post it in the comments and let us know. Good old Fort Morgan. Fort Morgan is one we hear about often. I believe this one has also been immortalized in our songbook several times. There it is. Casemates were involved. Lots of mosquitoes, from what I hear, were involved. There it is. Lots and lots of memories from 1999. When they said party like it's 1999, those people on expedition thought that best way to party like it's 1999 was to go on an archaeological excavation at Fort Morgan. For those of you who are commenting and have been there before, mosquitoes, I heard, were the bug of choice that year. Is that right? When we were, I feel like we could just do a whole presentation on what every year there's always like an insect. Last year it was for us because we were staying at Okahaba, but we were working at the paleontological research site in Dallas County. So last year it was horseflies, which are common. That's a usual bug. The one that is the most memorable for me personally was at Gulf State Park. Yellow flies. Yellow flies were the absolute worst. They took whole chunks out of me. I still have scars, but it was completely and totally worth it. But yes, so it looks like mosquitoes are maybe one. But yeah, yellow flies at Gulf State Park were my personal least favorite that I've had to deal with. The mosquitoes are rough though. Okay, so we were just at St. Stephen's. Let's see where we're going to go next. Here's another anniversary shirt for another big year for expedition. This is also the year that a book detailing the history of the program, which we are working on updating. But the 20th expedition anniversary shirt, 20th expedition shirt. This year, There was work with Auburn Montgomery for this one. And this is the year that this book came out. We use this book all the time. Does anyone remember this one? If you do remember this book, it has the history of the program, pictures, who was there. This is one that I use all the time to reference for years that I wasn't here. But let's go ahead and pull up. I'm going to share my screen one more time. I know this is a little clunky. Okay. Excellent. So our 20th one was at the Canebrake site, which I've also heard a lot about. I wish I was here for some of these, actually for all of them, really. I wish I could have gone to every single one of them, but the Canebrake one in Fort Morgan and almost all of these actually are ones that I've heard some really great stories about. But if you were at the Canebrake site too, go ahead and put in the comments that you were there. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Just my face right now. There we go. Okay, so we visited the Canebrake site. Now let's go to, oh yeah, okay. So whenever expedition, whenever we talk about where, oh, it's very hot. Yeah, very, very hot, I'm sure. I actually have heard that about that one too. That's great. Well, it's not great. I'm sorry. It was really hot for everyone. But anyway, so whenever we talk about where expedition has gone, I always say, and I don't know if everyone else says this, but we always say all around the state of Alabama and once into Mississippi. And the once into Mississippi is immortalized in this t-shirt, which I just realized matches my glasses, which is great. But Natchez, I've heard a lot of stories about the Natchez ones too. Oh no, there it is. Look at that great shirt. I wish I could have gone to this one too. If you were at Natchez, go ahead and put your comments in there too. But yeah, so now we'll say all over the state of Alabama, once in Natchez, and then we'll say once on the web, because that's where we are this year. Virtual expedition. We always make it work. All right. Now, this one is actually going to be the last of our collection, personally, of expedition t-shirts. We are, like I said, always on the search for more. Oh, that's great. We are always on the search for more of the shirts to help complete our collection. And we always find them random in spots in the museum. If you've ever been to the basement of the museum, you'll know that that is not really a surprising thing. There are lots of random places for things to hide and be found much later. But our last one that we have, I've heard a lot of stories about this one. The infamous pink or salmon colored Harrell Station shirt. Look at that great shirt. And it's got, I'm going to say it wrong. Hang on, I'm reading it real quick so I can make sure to say it. Horathon Atopus. I'm so sorry, Mr. Dinosaur friend. I did not do a good job with that. But heard a lot about the pink shirt. I think the pink shirt's really good though. I think we need to go back to pink shirts. We've had a lot of earth tones recently, and I'm thinking next shirt is gonna have to be a little bright splotch of sunshine. Looking back, you can definitely tell where I don't know if you can definitely tell, but in the personal collection that we have, you can tell there comes a point in Expedition's t-shirt history that we hit an earth tone. We hit an earth tone wave, and then right before that, we get things like pinks and burgundies and mint greens and yellows and all these really great ones, and then we go into these nice, cool, like reds and grays and greens, and anyway, some really pretty stuff. But Yes. So those are all of our so far collection of expedition shirts. We keep them in a place where they are safe from the elements and safe from um, critters or anything like that, just to help keep this aspect of the history of the program alive. While I was looking through the shirts and putting together today's presentation, I did find another one which I thought was really great. I think for those who have ever been to Dallas County and have been involved in any of the expeditions to do with Dallas County, you would be very, very familiar with this place. I want to show here. Ooh. You guys remember that place? I always like to call it, or it was always called really the ice cream store because when we went and grabbed ice cream, this is where we went. Ice cream store. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for being so patient with my t-shirt on camera showing skills because, again, it's very much, I think, like backing up a trailer where everything that you do has to be done in the reverse. And while trailer backing up is something that I'm much more comfortable with, apparently mirror image showing t-shirts on screen is not something I'm very good at just yet. But much like the backing up of a trailer, it just takes a little bit of practice. Anyway. All right, and then I had one more I wanted to show, which was, I wanted to end on this one because it's a familiar shape that I think that we would all know and love. This past logo of the museum, which is found, was found on a lot of our expedition sites, a lot of our expedition equipment, rather, a lot of our expedition, used to be on the kitchen trailer and a couple other things that were in there. And then this one, the spider, which is still currently on many of our tables and chairs and toothbrush tables and dining room tables, and just is all over the place at Expedition. All right. So if you are watching with us now or you're going to watch with us later, I challenge you to go through your closets and see if you can find any of your expedition shirts and just, get to see them and remember the time or the expedition that you were on that that shirt came from. You can continue to post in the comments so we can kind of connect with each other about those expedition shirts and those memories. This is such a huge part of the program. It's a great way to remember the times that you've been at Expedition. It is a favorite of mine. My entire closet should be made up of Expedition t-shirts, and if it were, I would be a very happy camper. Ha! That was good. I didn't even mean for that to happen, but that was perfect. Anyway, we are going to continue our museum Expedition 42, where no expedition has gone before, the rest of this week, so keep an eye out for more content. We will have not a live stream tomorrow, but just a posted video right around the 12 or 1 o'clock mark, and a few other things the rest of this week. So keep an eye out for it. It's going to be good. We're excited. Lots of familiar faces popping up, and I think lots of good times. So I hope that everyone has a really great day. Thank you for joining us on this expedition live stream for Expedition 42, where no expedition has gone before. And I hope that you guys have a great day. All right. Thanks for joining us. Bye.